Welcome, one and all. This is the Peace Dealer, and don't mind my frazzled appearance. Moments before I went live right now, I downloaded a whole bunch of shit. Like, when you just speak to a Gemini and you just get accelerated to the truth, and like you just get so much information. Well, when two Geminis get together, oh my gosh, it's just like wow. But regardless, I hope you like my background. I am in the astral dimension of peace, and I'm going to be vibrating with my crown chakra. However, I hope you're ready. We are 0 degrees Sagittarius, and it's the road to Saturn and Capricorn, baby. Are you ready to put your life together right now? Are you ready to make a decision? Yes, decisions are the one thing stopping you from getting every single place that you've ever wanted to go. And one thing stopping you from being successful is the decision to be successful, because success is a choice, ladies and gentlemen. Are you ready to go to Saturn in Capricorn, where you may potentially be made a slave to your own ego, or you can build the freedom of the life you knew you always wanted? Can I get a hell yeah? We do not allow wimps here. So I'm not going to lie. When Saturn was in Scorpio, a lot of you, I have a lot of machismo, I have a lot of ego, I have to be strong. Saturn in Scorpio just broke you down. Like, if you don't get your egotistical ass out the way, a lot of people had to cry. A lot of people had to realize I am sensitive and I can't suppress that sensitivity. But do you know what Saturn in Scorpio did? That 2014 period of hell where it's like, oh my gosh, 2012, Neptune. Let's just break this down a little bit. All right, Bill, we're going to cover correspondence of Saturn and Capricorn. Thank you, Jim. People really don't know how serious this is going to be. Bill, let's go back to 2008. 2008 was when Pluto went into Capricorn and just kind of destroyed the balance and fabric of the trust people even have in systems. You mean, Jim, you mean the boxes people put things in and label stuff with? Yes, Jim. Yes, Bill. Whoever we're called. And then, you know what I'm saying? 2012, we had Neptune go into like Pisces. So before that, circa 2012, Pluto went into Capricorn and started transforming the system. And I mean like the vibrational system too. And it's just like, oh my gosh, I think I just saw like a master number. See, this is when synchronicities were happening so subconsciously, you wouldn't even notice. It's not like you just started seeing master numbers. Come on now. We're dealing with Pluto and Neptune, the master manipulators of the galaxy. Got people out here really thinking that space doesn't exist the way it truly does. See? You see how they're subtly trying to get rid of Aquarius? Aquarius, they don't like you. They don't like you. I might go on a maniacal rant right now. They don't like you, Aquarius. Libra, they tolerate you because, let's not lie, you're ruled by Venus. So people kind of have to like you, even though, because it's like everything fine in life comes from you, Libra. So it's like, people kind of have to learn to love you, because otherwise they're not going to get anything from you. So you can just have all the fake friends in the world. Aquarius, they don't like you. They can't do shit to you. They can't manipulate you. You know everything they're trying to do. They don't trust me. Soon, they're just going to be like, space don't even really exist for real. They want to alienate you and make you just be alien. Telling blah. But trust me, 2012 was when Neptune went into Pisces, and you had more delusional rants like I'm doing now. This is when this just snapped. If you want to know the source of this is when you just really started seeing like master numbers everywhere, and like, oh my gosh, like there's a little bit of funk to this private world that I escaped to. And then Saturn went into Scorpio, and this was when your ego got broken down. And it's like, oh my gosh, this private world that I thought was private is not so private. And then you had to go through some like life altering experiences that to this day you suppress and act like never happened, even though this is going to be the transit. It all comes back up. So I think one of the best things that happened, which was one of the most annoying things, is Saturn in Sagittarius. Saturn in Sagittarius 2015 until now literally ushered in explore your options. See, some of you explored your options fully, and some of you didn't explore your options because you knew from Saturn and Scorpio what it is you truly desire. The whole purpose of being able to explore your options was so that you can go and, kiss a few frogs, just so that it's more meaningful when you engage with what you're ready to move forward with. This is what led to the great delay. All right. Saturn and Scorpio was when you really connected. At the end of Saturn and Scorpio, it's like, yes, this is what I truly desire. And then, we all know a Sagittarius that knows that everyone wants them. And so they can be the hugest teases. So Saturn did go in Sagittarius, and it's like, you got to come catch me. And then Sagittarius just started dancing. You know what I'm saying? If you have a Taurus rising or a Taurus with me, you're like, oh, I'm not going to do this. I'm just going to wait in the shadows for like eternity until they stop. Or then they had a Cancer and it's like, okay, I'll just wait until the right moment. But like Saturn in Sagittarius is like, I'm going to tease you the whole transit. Like if you want it, you got to explore. Ha, 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 ha. And seriously, like a lot of stuff that you felt was supposed to happen, certain other parties were exploring their options. All right. Especially people with Sagittarius energy in their chart. They were in a position where they were gaining greater meaning and encompassing a whole lot of what was meant to add to their experience, because it really is all about an experience. Even though Saturn and Sagittarius in this transit birthed the next generation of black magic spells, the awakening of certain lineages of witches, as well as warlocks, as well as like druids from older generations that are now going to, carry all that bullshit to Saturn in Capricorn. The conspiracy of evil is real. This is what I learned very recently. But I will also say, there was some positivity that happened. Sagittariuses around the world realized, well, looks like this battle between light and dark isn't going to start until we do something about it. See, some of you are like waiting for Libra or Capricorn to like lay down the law. And it's like, all right, once society acknowledges the God consciousness I have and it's cool, we can do it. Anyway, I'm just gonna let you know right now, like, this is the road to Saturn in Capricorn, because the sun is in Sagittarius, and in a few more days, we are about to really step profoundly into so much magic. You are literally going to have people who have been projecting all sorts of tomfoolery at you show up at your front step like, hey, do you want to be friends? Hey, let's plan our lives together. Trust me. People who back in Saturn and Scorpio, they're like, if I see you, I'm going to kill you, or I'm going to give you a restraining order, or you're such a creep, or you have no idea who you are or what you're doing, or you'll never succeed. Now that you're going to go in Saturn and Capricorn, like I think you need to pat yourselves on the back, because Saturn isn't a tease when it's in Capricorn. Saturn is, here you go, and over some time, I'm going to judge what you did. And if you did good with it, I'll give you more. You ever heard of that parable? Anyone ever heard of that parable of the taskmaster? I don't think it was the taskmaster, but it was this boss who was like, all right, you, here's 1 talent. You, here's 2 talents. And you, here's 5 talents. I'm going to go do my thing, because that's what Capricorns do. They just do their thing. And I'm going to come back. And then he did come back. He's not Aries. He didn't just go and just never came back. I'm sorry. That's a level. But he did come back. And he went to the guy with 5 and he was like, yeah, I had 5 talents that you gave me. You know what I'm saying? They were cool. They were cool. They were, but I got 5 more. What's up? 10. And then Capricorn's just like, oh, I see you. I see you. You know how Capricorn has like 12 house Sagittarius. So it's like, I see you. Okay. 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 Here's 10 more. Blah. What's up? Here's 10 more. Blah. You know, just in case you thought you thought, just in case you thought you were shit because you doubled up 5, like Capricorn would say that. But then he went to the one with 2 and was like, what's up? What's good? What's popping? And the one with 2 is like, you know, you only gave me 2. You only gave me 2. And so I gave you 2 more. Blah. And it's like, okay. So you use the 2 I gave you to give 2 more. Is that what you saying? Is that what you saying? And he was just like, yeah, something like that. Something like that. He was like, all right. 5 more. All right. I ain't gonna give you no 10. I ain't gonna give you no 10, but 5 more, homie. 5 more. So, you know, the the boss is in a good mood right now. The boss is in a good mood. He's just watching his investments just like grow on himself. I guess, you know, some people can just think that they're given stuff to hold on and do nothing with. So anyway, he goes to the last one with 1. And he's like, first of all, he's looking around. He was just expecting like 2. What? I see just like 1 talent. That's how much I gave you, right? Like, I didn't give you more, right? I didn't give you more. Did I give you more than 1? You just have 1? And he's like, no. You would kill me. I don't play with your money. No, see, what had happened was like, you know, I didn't want to lose this one. So I just kind of like held on to it and buried it. And I didn't really do anything with it. And the other 2 just kind of like dip, like, oop, this is not going to end well. And he's like, give me back that talent. Get out of my sight, you useless mongrel. Word. So, moral of the story is, what did you do with what you have been given? Saturn and Scorpio. Because when Saturn comes back in Capricorn, this is what you're going to multiply. You know, the peace dealer held it down. I came to you with streams. We kind of grew the team a little bit, helped uplift the collective conscious. I'm still a little bit intimidated because it is Saturn. You know, Saturn could just like come through with the feather and just be like, what's this lint here? And it's just like, oh, really? But, you know, this is your road to Saturn and Capricorn. And you literally have a whole 28 days to get your shit together. Like if there's anything in your life that you feel, and yes, no, if there's anything in your life that you feel you have to like put in order, if there's anything in your life you've been procrastinating, some of you it's been opposite. Some of you you've deliberately been delayed. Your spirit guides have been like distracting you because you're supposed to wait to do what you're supposed to do, Saturn and Capricorn. But you were trying to do it all extra early. And so like your lesson was to just let go and to just chill. But you're just trying to do the great work now. And it's like, no, we have to just make this person super lethargic and just not full of life. Right. You always know when it's right to do something when you feel like energetic. But if you're distracted, it's because it wasn't time. Capricorn's all about timing. So literally, some of you, you know what I'm saying? If you found anytime you've tried to stop smoking, like someone will just kind of hand you some weed. Like there's a time and a place for everything, guys. The energy is shifting. Now things get serious. Now, you know what I'm saying? You're in a better position to move forward because it's not like you literally were doing nothing the whole time. Everything that like I said before, you know what I'm saying? Like unless this was a 12th house transit, unless Sagittarius was your 12th house because you're a Cap rising, like you guys were not supposed to do anything because it's just full of release. But I'm trying to say when you're supposed to feel like doing something, you feel the energy for it. If you feel lethargic, you need to listen to that. If it's every time you just don't feel the motivation, there's a timing here. All right, there's a timing here. So it's important because this is teaching you, and this lethargy isn't going to last. Like once Saturn goes into Capricorn, this Sagittarius energy on the road is to get hype about it because you're going to gain so much energy and revelation and meaning that's going to get you passionate so that you move both. And just like Empress Daisy asked, what if you feel both? It's not like you were just lethargic and did nothing the whole transit. You started to feel passion towards one way, but then you started to feel lethargy towards another way. So it's like, what's the part, where has your passion been? You start to be aware of that and you're going to get more fire. But I'm really serious. It's very important that you put yourself in a position to embrace that it's all systems go. There has been a great delay. And this delay has happened because it's like Saturn wanted to make sure. Saturn and Sagittarius, in Saturn and Scorpio, you realize what you truly desire. A lot of you realized that you truly desired to really connect with people and to connect with what you do on a deep soul level. So Saturn and Sagittarius was like, okay, let me make sure that you really want this. And Saturn and Sagittarius put a myriad of options your way so that you could adventure, so that you can make sure that that feeling that you had in Saturn and Scorpio, you have with the right person. So this is why things were delayed, like it was supposed to be. Like it's not that everyone was delayed because some people had earlier contracts to where they established it during Saturn and Sagittarius. But even then, in those contracts, things were delayed. This is all shifting. When Saturn goes to Capricorn, right now, this season is where everything shifts. The road to Saturn and Capricorn is where everything magically shifts. And I really do mean magically. Okay, it magically shifts so that everything that you're ready to move forward with, Jupiter, Saturn, and Capricorn comes together. Mutable signs are the happening. This is what literally allows things to come together. And I'm going to say another analogy that's going to come to profound meaning here, because in your relationships with others, and this has every context from twin flame to soulmate to friends, a lot of you have been underestimating each other. So this comes in two archetypes, but both of you mirror this, okay? People think that psychic is spiritual. No, psychic is not spiritual. Psychic is cardinal signs: Cancer, Capricorn, Aries, Libra. And if you're Cancer, Capricorn, Aries, Libra, the message is you are the most psychic person in the relationship of any context. And Pluto is in Capricorn. So you guys fear your power. And it's messing the relationships up with everything because you're holding back instead of embracing your power. Listen up very closely, because this is it. This is it right here. This is it. And I have to break this down now before we go here. Every cardinal sign fears their power so much. Aries is the only one really embracing it. But Capricorn, Cancer, y'all really fear your power. You know how real it is. You know how things can really like change and stuff. So you're more psychic, but you're not necessarily as aware of the connection. Like you feel these feelings and you see and you have wisdom of these experiences, but you don't have that understanding. Some of you just suppress it. You don't know how to embrace it. You don't know the language, right? The mutable signs: Gemini, Sagittarius, Virgo, and of course, Pisces. They're the spiritual ones. They represent the magic. So they're the least, they're not as psychic as the cardinal signs. So they don't necessarily have power over those projections, but they receive it, they understand it, they experience it. These are the four that actually have the spiritual understanding of what's going on, but even though they're less psychic, they don't necessarily have like, the others don't necessarily have the spiritual awareness. So you can mix this together, because some of you have the cardinal moons or the mutable moons. And this is how you have a certain souffle of all experiences. And whereas the mutable signs are more spiritually understanding, it doesn't necessarily give them the psychic power to handle the situations, which is what makes all of them having to work together. And the fixed signs, right? If anything, the fixed signs, the fixed weirdos, as Astro Dim said, they're the ones who are Gucci. Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius, they're actually the ones that are having to shoulder the burden because they're in the middle of all this understanding. It's like they're not really the most aware. The mutable signs have to surrender, but the psychic ones are fearing their power because they know they're getting an idea of how powerful they are in a certain sense. And some are kind of using it for their own dark agendas, which is scaring them because they're feeling themselves slip into their own darkness. But the fixed signs, I really do feel, represent love, right? They represent the energy of love. And they're the ones who, I'm not going to lie, they're having the best of both worlds. It's like you have cardinal signs and mutable signs who have this super magical connection, but the fixed signs are like, I want the cardinal signs, but I want the mutable signs anyway. So the cardinal signs and mutable signs, their connections are shaky, but they're the most like energetic and powerful and like spiritual. Well, I won't say spiritual, but the fixed signs are like, well, I'm going to take the cardinal sign and I'm going to take the mutable sign too. So it's like, I don't know. They're going to the fixed for, it's weird. It's actually weird because there's different dynamics in either, but it's very important to understand for those of you, there's a dynamic, even though we have all of them within us, because once again, the way this is manifesting internally is that your spirit might be more psychic, but your soul is more spiritually aware, or vice versa. And you're learning to trust your soul, right? This is how this works from a moon sign to a fixed sign to a mutable sign within your own chart. But for a lot of relationships, the dynamic is one of you is more psychic than the other, and the other is more spiritually aware. So one of them um doesn't really understand, like they're not embracing the connection. And this doesn't have to be a romantic connection. This could be a mental connection to where it's an agreement towards some philosophical debate you have, or just an emotional connection about something. And it's like one person spiritually understands it. Like they don't have the psychic projections because they're not that powerful, but they understand it. They'll even pull a tarot card, or they just get visions, or they know. Whereas the other person, they feel the feelings even more strongly, but they have no idea what the feelings are. Like, if anything, because they don't understand, they fear those feelings and they push them away. And it only kind of like disrupts the connection. Does this sound familiar? For some of you, I know it does. So just know all of that is shifting, because Sagittarius seasons bring everything to light. And it's not that everything is just coming to light. This has been years in the making. Saturn and Sagittarius has been building a case. And literally, as we move into the next cycle, Jupiter and Scorpio, as it intensifies and deepens your own trust in your soul, and really just kind of brews and boils the drama, Saturn and Capricorn in this one short season will have you move forward. So anyone, and here's the real deal. Here's the real deal. Anyone who you think is oblivious to a connection, anyone who you feel doesn't understand what the connection is, yeah, they do understand what the connection is. They're just not as attached as you. Some of you feel like your soulmates. So I'm sorry, some of you feel like certain people you have strong obsessions with, they're not aware of the connection because they don't have a strong obsession uh, with you. And no, they do feel the connection. They're just not as into you as you are into them, nearly. But they're aware. It's not like they're not aware. It's not that they may not know how like serious it is, but they're just, you know what I'm saying? Before you project back on them, you have to understand, like, your awareness of a connection is not the same as their awareness. But it's also not saying that you should literally give up the connection as well, because some of you, you know what I'm saying? They're trying to teach you something. If you think about it, there's a hidden receptivity. Some people, it's in their nature to keep quiet or silent about their feelings because that's their own private personal stuff. It's not something that is supposed to be divined and like brought out into the open. You know what I mean? So you're going to notice that polarity where there is that one person who expresses while the other person is receptive. So trust your feelings, but have responsibility with your feelings. Don't worry though, because Neptune was in Pisces. So every time you tried to like detach and have responsibility with these radical beliefs, Neptune and Pisces would literally be like, come back, come back. Like you have to understand, like you were getting completely trolled. You were getting completely trolled. And it was orchestrated, and you just have to accept it. Because now that Saturn's going to come in Capricorn, it's going to sextile Jupiter and it's going to sextile Neptune. So the shenaniganery is not going to happen. Instead of being trolled, the deception that is happening in front of your face is just going to be orchestrated so well. You're going to walk right into the deception and you're going to love it. And it's not until Neptune goes into Aries and you realize, damn, I was fooled. And then you become a spiritual warrior because it's like, hell no, the Sagittarius is going to be pissed. The Aries is going to be pissed. All right. But it's all good. Some of you are double agents and you know what you're walking into. All right. My moon in Capricorn loves it because people are going to get serious. And I do mean it. This is the road to Saturn making everyone its slaves. All right. You're going to see a lot of people working. And you will achieve the success you want as long as you work for it. But regardless, as I say like all the time, regardless, definitely, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't necessarily like attached to anything right now. The moon's about to move out of Capricorn into Aquarius. So great attitude there. What you want to do is embrace this adventure that is coming into form and focus. Mutable signs represent the happening. And what's going to happen is everything is just going to very powerfully come into focus. And it's not only going to very powerfully come into focus, you're going to see the truth of who you are. It's very important that when you see representations of yourself that are not true to you, you clear the air. You don't have to defend yourself, but when it gets brought to you, you stand for yourself. You don't let any lies about you enter your sphere. But let's just be honest. This really is like the final shift. And when you want to think of timing in astrology, you always have to look to Saturn, because Saturn is what's going to really govern when things happen. All right. Astrology forecasts aren't really predictions as much as they are star forecasts, where we're going to let you know the energy at play. So, some of you, you're not even here to play with this energy. You're just here to experience it. Some of you, you know what to do with this energy. So this is really that final shift where, as Saturn goes over the galactic center, and remember now, Saturn retrograded. Saturn literally went 27 degrees and went right over the galactic center. And then it was like, nah, not yet. So there was a period, and we're going to have to go back in time here. There was a period where things actually felt like they were going to form, and they were ready. You were ready to resolve, and you were ready to move forward. And then Saturn really retrograded, like, nah, I'm just joking. There's still a lot more karma to resolve. We got to make sure you really, 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 really want it. And it's just like, really, Saturn? Like, this is just not like you. Remember Pisces season when I was going all crazy and I was telling you to go delusional? You know what I'm saying? I was really championing this. Right, this was right before the new year, and then it was like, all right, we have to reset and get serious again. Where were you March? Think back to that. All right, March, April, when we started this new year and we started to realize, oh wow, we are real dealy. We really are powerful. All right. Saturn was 27 degrees Sagittarius. And now we're finally ready to move forward to that, because there's a decision being made with Saturn at 26 degrees, and you're going to take action once it shifts 27 degrees very, very, very shortly. I want to say like in a couple days. Yep. 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 Like the 24th, it's going to shift 27 degrees, and you're taking profound action off of the Saturn lesson, because everything is just manifesting over. You know what I'm saying? Everything is just manifesting over into reality and just coming into focus like never before. So no more deception, no more. I really do feel you. It's just, for those of you who think that the deception is over, there's a whole new layer of deception and BS. Like, we have positive upgrades, but there's also upgrades in the BS too. So personalize the whole no deception, and you need to trust in your own soul and intuition so you can see through the deception and the interception of conscious connections. Ooh, justice is going to be served spiritually and physically. So there's a serious tone to this of getting everything ready and together in your life to prepare. But I really want you to embrace that this should be a very fun period, because Sagittarius is all about having fun. Sagittarius is the joy of life. That's why it's so connected to Leo, which represents the source of love. And Aries is just in the middle of it, like a divine souffle, like, yay. So really take every day to have more and more gratitude of what it is you experience. And the belief of the life you're walking into will very greatly allow you to embrace the magic that you experience every day. Don't worry, right now you're uncovering very amazing truths about people and things, and you may not have all the answers right now. All those answers are going to come. All those answers are going to come very, very powerfully. And not only very powerfully, but also very magically. There is something that I would also like for you to embrace in this road to Saturn and Capricorn right before the sun shifts into Capricorn. There's going to be a moment of truth where you gain the final clarity of everything that you were in the dark about. And this is what you're going to take with you moving forward. So just embrace what you realize. There has been a long battle over your perception of yourself that you primarily fought. And Saturn in Sagittarius is all about, are you going to believe in yourself or not? Are you going to believe in yourself to the point where you wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning or 7 o'clock in the morning because your life is so exciting and you're ready to pump up your life to give a whole lot more and make it the most productive day ever? All right. Now, I'm super lazy, so the whole notion of sleeping until the afternoon is just sexy to me, even though that's just wrong. But you should not be like that. Do you have your reason for believing in yourself? This is the road to Saturn in Capricorn. You don't have much time, because if you don't have a reason, and it's not even something you need to build like a whole few years. You've built the internal energy, you know. Some of you, Taurus in the 12th, I'm a sleepy person too. But, what is that fire that's going to burn through that and just make you happy? Not that you have to force happiness, but allow this transit to really inspire you and open up every day the revelations that you have built up with the karma you have created for yourself. Every single day and night of this transit, there is going to be a revelation that builds up on the revelation that has sparked. And it's just going to be, trust me, once we step into Saturn and Capricorn in a short month, you're just going to be like, but a lot of you are going to be angry, like, wow, which is the perfect attitude to go into Capricorn, ready to work. But yeah, let's go into the Peace Mobile. And I would like to give you a nice visual of what this is really entailing, because I'm not going to lie, it's pretty interesting. It's more than interesting, actually. Right now, we are just entering Sagittarius season. So I can give you the play-by-play. So I'm going to channel Bill and Jim, and they're going to take it away. Thank you, Peace Dealer. We're going to take it from here. All right, Jim. As you can see, the sun has just entered Sagittarius, so there's just going to be a lot of shenaniganery and lots of drama. Yeah, Bill, I think it's important to note that the drama that erupts is Gonna really build up on the drama that was erupted in Venus and Leo. Yeah, Jim, a lot of people forgot the drama that happened Venus and Leo when, you know, Rob Kardashian started beefing with Black China out of nowhere and people just started being more ratchet than normal. It's going to come back. It's going to come back. Yeah, Bill. And I don't know if people are ready for the shift that Mars is going to make into Scorpio, too. So we can see the rise of fire as we will have this very amazing and exciting road to Sagittarius. Bill, I think it's important to notice that we will also feature a very crazy square. And once Venus, comes out of the depth of Scorpio, there's just going to be so much ratchetivity. It's not going to be funny. I think it's also important to notice, Jim, that there will be a very precarious magical square to Neptune and Pisces. Jim, do you see that Mercury retrograde? This play-by-play is vicious. So, Jim, I think it's safe to say that people aren't only going to be delusional, but you will have people that just believe lies, like literal lies, like out of nowhere. And if you don't believe those lies, they're probably going to be mad at you. Yeah, Jim, I don't think it's until Capricorn that people will gain the reasoning that they need. Wow, this is a crazy play-by-play. I think it's important to also notice that Mars is going to be opposite Uranus in Aries. So yes, people are just going to be crazy. People are just going to be crazy. Jim, this might be the most delusional transit we've ever had. We're going to have just people opening up about stuff that normal people would be embarrassed about. And yeah, this might be very entertaining, but damaging for some. Damaging for some. Jim, we also will have Mars going into Scorpio during this transit. There's a lot happening here that really is going to really shift. I really want to bring your attention, Bill, as well to this stellium that we have. Jim, do you think it's weird that we have the same voice and we just interlap our names very weirdly? No, Jim, it's not weird. It's not only not weird. I don't think anyone listening even notices. But Bill, I want to just snapshot here for the 13th. This is going to be quite possibly what I may say is the most quantum day of shenaniganery ever. Bill, I have to co-sign every word you just said. Do you see the Moon, Jupiter, Mars, Scorpio conjunction? Yes, Jim, and it does feature the trine to Neptune in Pisces. We have absolutely no earth and air. Jim, this really makes me feel like anyone can make up anything and people will believe it as long as they're passionate enough. Wow, Bill, you mean I can become an evangelical priest and just wreck shop for a day? Yes, this energy is just, it's great. It features believing in yourself like never before, but some people can go full fish tart and it's just not going to be pretty. I would be very mindful if you go to a party on this day because, yeah. But Bill, I do want to once again mark the lack of preponderance of earth and air. People are just going to make very stupid decisions. Now, there will be a rare few who are just so in tune with their souls. This is going to be a very profound day where, Jim, I can personally attest to everything that has been wanting to manifest coming. And I want to, Jim, assert this by saying Saturn will be 29 degrees. And this really does speak of the full manifestation of this transit, as it won't be retrograding back in this sign. And it is around this week where everything that will shift will complete the shift as we also come into the balsamic phase of the moon. Thank you, Bill. Unfortunately, it's just a majority of people that are going to be doing the dumbest thing they have ever done. And it's just going to be like a hangover thing. Because once we have this new moon in Sagittarius and we reach this culmination point, it's just kind of like a part in a party where you're making all irresponsible life decisions. And you just have to have this integrity of character that most people don't have, Bill. Jim, I totally agree. Most people just don't have the integrity needed to withstand temptation. I mean, those that do will just come into the greatest victory. But oh my gosh, the lack of logic here could just make people throw away stuff that they've built their whole lives building. Let's just hope that's not any one of us listening. Regardless, this will finally move in to Capricorn, but we're going to let the peace dealer take this back. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the play-by-play and the coverage. Signing out. Yeah, y'all. As you can see, this shift is just more profound than ever could be. And I really do want to like have you embrace once again this very amazing pivotal point where we have this Scorpio and Sagittarius energy. Like, have you ever seen a Sagittarius and a Scorpio in a room? First of all, like, let me just break down Sagittarius and Scorpio because you have to understand Scorpio is so misunderstood. So Scorpio kind of has to act a certain way because Scorpio sees how people treat Aquarius, and Scorpio doesn't want that drama. They want to make the drama themselves, but they don't want you to put them in drama. All right. They're kind of, but when Scorpio chills with Sagittarius, Sagittarius accepts who they are, and Scorpio and Sagittarius are just kind of crazy together. Sagittarius just kind of like is more, crazy than they usually are. And it's not that they're being crazy, it's just they're being open. I'm trying to give you the visual of this. Like, just imagine you were in a room, you were the fly in the room of a Sagittarius and a Scorpio and a Pisces. And then just an Aries that's just like chilling in the cut, just like in the Uranus is in Aries, right? So Aries is just in the corner on their smartphone, like just playing 3DS, but also on computer laptop, just totally independent, like doing their own thing in the corner. But then it's like Sagittarius, and then it's like Scorpio, and then it's like Pisces. What kind of conversation would that be if it was just like a Pisces and Scorpio alone already? They don't even make sense when they talk. Like, they don't even say anything. They just have this constant telepathic communication where they're just like, and then the whole time Scorpio is just back at Pisces like, and then Pisces just back like, this is if they're not like already like making out 24/7 and they just can't keep their hands off each other because they're just like PDA specialists. So then you add Sagittarius into the equation, and we all know Sagittarius is some freaks. So Sagittarius is just all in the middle of this, just like, so like nothing is being done. Nothing is being done because the only one who can do anything about it, Aries, is just in the corner like, you guys are weird. I'm just going to go do my own thing. Like, you have to understand, like, this is probably going to be some of the weirdest energy we're going to have in a while, in a long while. All right. And you're going to be dealing with people who are looking you in the face, telling you things about this reality that couldn't be further from the truth. And you're just going to be like, did that just come out your mouth? Do you really believe that? Do you really believe that? Now listen. There's a time and a place. March, when we were in Pisces season of 2016, no, of 2017, I was like, this is the energy right now where if you believe you're a flying cheeseburger sandwich, you're a flying cheeseburger sandwich, God damn it. But no, Saturn's about to go into Capricorn, and people around you are going to be holding on to certain denial, or they're just going to be exploring some stuff. Because sometimes, like, I had to go through my truther phase. I had to go through my phase where I believe, because at mutable signs we have to experience it. So we will, a Gemini or a Virgo or a Pisces, they'll believe something that they know isn't true just because they want to experience it. All right, they want fixed signs and cardinal signs. They're so tuned in with their personalities, so they're more fixed. They're like, no. But a mutable sign will be like, okay, I don't believe this is true, but let me like believe it. Let me experience it, right? So we'll go through our phases where the way we kind of think something is right or wrong is we experience it. We want to actually see, like, okay, let me see if this feels right. So we'll go through our phases where we'll believe, like, the world is flat, or we'll believe, like, you know, there's no like other space, or not to say any of that is true or not, but you know what I'm saying? Like, they're gonna believe there's people who are going to want to like believe things and see the experience to see what is true or not. And regardless, you're going to see whether they're that kind of person or not hit you in the face simultaneously. When that moon is in Libra, the last voice of reason, like, this is when everything is gonna finish coming in. So from now until like December 10th is that period where everything comes in. I'm talking about now. Every day, everything that you've been desiring is coming in, like, right now. All right. And it's not about desiring, because this is more clarity. It's something your soul's been desiring, just like the truth, right? So it's all coming in. And it's not even coming in, because it's some of it it's not even like you coming in your life. It's just you showing up. So it's either coming, it's both. It's coming in your life and you also showing up, right? So trust me, everyone who's been full of BS, it's like that BS is gonna purge. It's just gonna be like, "Blah," right? That's why, if for some of you, you're going to be tapped into something that others think is delusional, but I can't put you in the same class as other people who are delusional, because it's the truth. It's your secret truth. All right. Some of you have that 12th house, 8th house, 4th house. The universe teaches you, hey, you need to keep that personal. Hey, you need to keep that personal. You can only, if you have 12th house, 8th house, 4th house, that means you can only reveal that energy to people personal to you. You have to, 8th house, you have to trust them, because you can't just trust anyone. 12th house, that's an offense. That's like Lucifer trying to give human beings knowledge. It's like, yo, you're not supposed to tell anyone that. That's legendary. That's like, shh. All right. Water and earth signs get it. It's hard for air and it's hard for fire to get it, because we're literally the opposite. Like, we have to say everything. Like, that's just what we are. Okay. So make sure you embrace who you are. Let me just be real with you. This is not about you making your wishes come true. By now, you realize you're a freaking badass, and you can make anything that you want happen yourself, because you manifest it. What this thing is right now is, there's a great work that you have to fulfill. And whatever you have to do to believe in yourself again, this is that last stretch. This is about believing in yourself. This has been a 3-year lesson about believing in yourself and your magic, and reminding yourself, doesn't matter the lies people say about you. You need to remember who you are. Because once we get into Saturn and Capricorn, I told you earlier, before I went on a completely other tangent, because just to focus is just wow. But, and I'm not going to blame anyone for that, but Saturn was in Scorpio, and you really had to get out your ego. Okay. But it's going back into Capricorn. So take back your ego. All right. All this sensitive stuff, you're gonna have to leave that be. All right. You had time to process and burn that Saturn, and no one wants to hear your sob story. No one wants to hear how hard stuff is, because you had a whole Saturn in Sagittarius to rid yourself of that BS. Okay, literally. You had a whole Saturn and Sagittarius to explore your options, get your life together, and rid yourself of BS. You have nobody has any excuses once Saturn goes into Capricorn. And it's so much so that the whole universe is going to magic. Like, there's a reason for everything. The reason why Saturn and Sagittarius moving into Saturn Cap, this one Sagittarius transit where we have Saturn in Sagittarius, Venus in Sagittarius, Moon, Mercury retrograde, and the Sun in Sagittarius, a stellium with that much potency squaring Neptune in Pisces. This is change. And it's not just radical change, it's intense change, because Pluto is the second house of it in Capricorn, and then Jupiter's in the 12th. So it's just huge shifts. The reason why it's all going to come in is so that when Saturn goes into Capricorn, you have no excuses. This is why I was saying before in another broadcast, you have to be so full of focus that when all this amazing energy comes into your life now over the next 28 days, you don't get lost, because that square to Pisces will tempt you to get lost, to where it could be all about the victory you have. You forget that there's still work to be done. Pluto is still in Capricorn. There is still work to be done, but you've been working hard so much. So the Sagittarius is here, have fun, have as much fun as you can. You're going to get the relationship, the job, the courage, the power, the magic. This road to Saturn and Capricorn is a huge test. It's when you get everything you ever wanted, are you going to let the devil take it all? When you get everything you ever wanted, which you will, are you going to forget who you are? Because you could very easily forget who you are, and you could very easily forget the people who helped you get where you are. Saturn and Capricorn doesn't want, that's how the energy works. Saturn and Capricorn does not want you to have any excuses. So when you start that transit, you're coming in with everything that you wanted, with this victory. So you can't have a sob story. So you can't have an excuse, because there are no excuses. All right. This is where you come to your full potential. So if someone beats you in something, you can't be like, well, I wasn't in my full potential. No. This road to Saturn and Cap, it's going to happen for you. You just have to show up. So trust me, this is where I'm saying, like, you don't have to do anything for this. There's nothing you have to do so that you're in a position to make stuff happen. And that's why a lot of you, Saturn and Sagittarius, were so, you didn't know what to do unless you were a mutable sign, and you realize you don't do anything during these transits. You don't do shit. You don't do anything. In fact, the biggest delays that you've had were those of you who are trying to do things. When Saturn is in Capricorn, you do everything. Okay, trust me, you do everything. So you don't have to do anything this month. You just have to show up. Everything that's going to come to you is going to come to you because you show up for it. So that when it comes to you, you go into Saturn and Capricorn season working your ass off, because you're working for something meaningful, and you're working for something that's so serious to you. And it's as simple as that. So no excuses. You want to take the rest of this transit to believe in yourself, and to know that everything that you have ever desired, you're going to walk into because you want to, not because you're better than anyone else, not because things have to happen in a certain way for it to happen, but simply just because it's possible. That's it. That's the magic of Pisces. Pisces, that's Pisces and Virgo's beef. Like, anytime Virgo says this isn't possible, Pisces is just like, oh, okay, magic, bleep. And then Sagittarius is just like, oh, well, I mean, that just happened. It is possible. So you don't even have to worry how to do it. You just have to believe, because if you don't believe, what are you doing? You're closing the door to your ninth house. you are effectively cutting off your Sagittarius and Pisces vibration. But if you believe, the door is open. If you start trying to control it and take action, you don't believe. You don't really believe because your actions are saying you don't believe, and you're now not open and receptive into the flow. So those of you trying to deny your magical power, you just get synchronicities left and right. You need to be the vortex. You need to be the vortex. And now let me give you a technique. Before I give you this, I'm going to give you a technique, and then I'm going to pull, well, you know what? I'm going to pull the cards for the zodiac signs. And then before I pull the cards for the super chat, I'm going to pull you and give you a technique that you can do for this road. So I'm not just going to talk at you. I'm going to give you something that you can take with you so that by Saturn going into Capricorn, you'll be Gucci. I promise you, everything you ever wanted. I'm going to tell you how to sustain your belief. It's super simple. Some of you, you've been doing this your whole life. You're going to be like, oh, I already know. But some of you, this can help you. All right, we'll see. So before I do that, make sure you sign up for my Saturn and Capricorn webinar on the 24th. Well, this one's really part one. It's the All About Saturn webinar. And the link is in the description below. In this webinar, that is part one of two, I will very effectively describe and illuminate the transit of Saturn so that you can understand why it's an important taskmaster and why it's also a very important source of karma in your life. In this webinar, we'll talk about what it means to be in a certain sign, as well as what it means to be in a house. We'll go over a slight mythology and history of the planets. And we will also be in a profound position to initiate you into the path of Saturn. So this is really good for any of you who are ready to walk into the Saturn shift. It's really just as simple as committing to certain goals that Saturn will help you fulfill. You meet Saturn halfway, it'll hook you up too. I also still have all my personal readings and reports 50% off with the code wisdom. And I have the links to my personal lunar return, my 3 to 12 month astrology forecast transits, and my love readings, which in the live or recorded love readings, I will pull specific cards about any soulmates who you think they are your soulmate. And we'll also pull on the timing of when the relationship will happen, and also pull a card for the potential and the actualization. So holla at me, hit me up. You know, I'm cool. And I know you are too. So I'm going to go to the cards again. But once again, though, really be in a position to envision and see the world you're ready to walk into. Any kind of difference or any kind of like shift in perception that might have you skew what is real and what's not real, it's just meant to help you open up to new ways of thinking. Okay. So Aries moon, Aries rising. The card that I have for you for this road to Saturn and Capricorn is the Tower card. And you could experience a profound shakeup of your whole world. Basically, everything that's not founded on truth in your life is just literally going to just whoosh. So if any of you are on a foundation of BS, it's just going to completely crumble from beneath you. But some of you, BS has been blocking you. So that's just going to crumble. So it's going to be good for some of you. It's going to be bad for some of you. Okay. Taurus rising, Taurus moon. The card that I have for you is the Knight of Pentacles. This is reflexive in the sense of you dealing with someone who's very reliable. For some of you, this is an actual person who's going to enter your life during this period, who's very reliable, and they're very dependable. And you're going to be in a really great position to, once again, depend and rely on them. They're going to really help you, with certain minor duties that you might not have the time to take care of with their expertise and specialty. But this is also talking about you stabilizing your own routine and being in a position where it's actually more reliable, especially for those of you who want to see that with your finances. Gemini, Gemini rising, and Gemini moon for this road to Saturn. Ooh, cards just dismantled. For this road to Saturn in Capricorn, we have the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups is talking about your heart opening up to greater depths of love. Some of you, this is going to be, if you're single, a new relationship, a new love is just going to, that's authentic, will come into your life. But really, Gemini, I sense for you all, this is kind of like an awakening. I feel like Gemini, you've had the mental understanding of your spiritual path, and you've kind of learned to understand it, but you haven't really felt the experience. So this is you kind of feeling into that joy. Cancer, Cancer rising, Cancer moon. The card that I have for you is the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands is talking about great celebration and great victory. If anything, it's also speaking of you coming into important accomplishments and completions that come with those accomplishments that you could really, really, really relish in. So this is just going to be happy, happy, happy. Okay. Leo, Leo moon, Leo rising. We also have the Tower card. So this is once again, I get echoing the Aries reading. Everything in your life that's just founded on BS, or anything in your way that's BS, or anything that's BS in your life is just going to, this is going to be a transit where it burns to cinders. And I really get the sense for you, Leo, it's just going to happen all around you. Honestly, I don't get the sense that this is bad, by the way. I know it looks like this is actually one of my favorite cards in the tarot, because I'm all about an instant, realization kind of thing. But it represents Mars, and it's just gonna kind of, for some of you, these are blockages that'll release. So this is what it is. Virgo, Virgo moon, Virgo rising. We have the Seven of Pentacles. So the road to Saturn in Capricorn is saying you've planted the seeds, you've done the projects, you've spoken to the right people, you've literally put everything in place. So from now until the end of this year, you just need to let everything grow. You're going to see certain projects need some work here, some twinge there, and just work on it. But as long as you don't let anything rush you, you'll be straight. And for some of you, I feel this is in a relationship where it's there, but you just kind of got to let it grow organically. You just kind of got to let it naturally grow. And I mean, Virgo, you're usually patient anyway, so I think you prefer that. Libra, Libra moon, Libra rising. We got the same card as Gemini. We have the Ace of Cups. Hey, who knows? Maybe a Gemini and Libra might get together. But similar to Gemini, this is talking about your heart really expanding. And not only expanding, I get the sense this is like a spiritual awakening. I really feel with this Ace of Cups, it's less about anything romantic, and it's just more about a reconciliation. For some of you, if if you've had any arguments, Gemini and Libra, if there's been a relationship with somebody that kind of started off on the wrong end, and like you kind of had miscommunication, or there was just arguments, the Ace of Cups isn't saying you're going to get married, but it is saying that there's going to be reconciliation. It's going to be like, okay, forgiveness. You know what I'm saying? Things are actually resolved. And this could really lead to a positive feeling of release. Okay. So, congratulations, Libra. This is really more talking about spiritually awakening your heart to an advanced intuition. Scorpio, Scorpio moon, Scorpio rising. We have the Three of Pentacles. The Three of Pentacles is talking about being in a position to embrace the teamwork that is evident in your stride, and also knowing that the work you're doing is going to give you valuable skills you can put on a resume, but the phase of what you need to put together in your life is I mean, this is really just a fancy way of saying what you're manifesting is manifesting. Teamwork makes the dream work, and just don't lose yourself inside of how it's all coming out. Sagittarius, Sagittarius moon, Sagittarius rising. We have the Star card. And it's like I empathize with you, Sagittarius, because the people really are trying to like BS you. People are trying to take things from you, your physical stuff, your energy. All right. So this is what I see for you, Sagittarius. It's like all the people who kind of deceived you, and all the people who kind of tried to play shadow games with you. It's like, yeah, you might have noticed a lull, but what's going to happen is in a flash, blam, everything's going to come back that you lost, and it's going to be even better, and your wildest dreams are going to come true, and then everyone's going to come back to try and take it, but they're not going to be able to take it because their true colors were revealed. Okay, so if you're a mutable sign, well, not really. Gemini, this applies to you, and Pisces, this applies to you to a degree too. All right, but Sagittarius, this is mainly you. You went through some stuff, and the reason why you had to take the loss is because you had to reveal certain people's true colors. You had to see how certain people would feel about you when they think that you're not as influential. So that now when you get this influence, you already know how fake people are. So Capricorn, Capricorn moon, Capricorn rising. The card that I have for you, similar to both Gemini and Libra, is also the Ace of Cups. That's really awesome. So I really do see this for you as new love. So for Gemini and Libra, this is more so like your heart's opening, because Gemini and Libra, you're very mental, and you're in your heart, but you may not really be in your feelings. So this is like your feelings opening up more. But for Capricorn, this is really talking about, if you're single, this is really great new love that opens up for you at a soul level too. This is love with a soulmate. And for those of you in relationships, this is opening up your heart to a new, fresh wave of love in the relationship. Okay. Aquarius, Aquarius moon, Aquarius rising. We have the Ace of Wands. So, there's a lot of new beginnings. In the case of Gemini, Libra, Capricorn, and now Aquarius, there are new beginnings here. Okay. These new beginnings for you whereas they're more emotional gems for the first three that they're going to bring into themselves to Saturn and Cap. For you, this is a new start, Aquarius. This is something very exciting that's going to exhilarate you and really give you the passion, because a lot of you, Aquarius, you kind of just lost your fire. You had to deal with disappointment, and it's just like, I just don't care anymore. But this is going to really regain your fire again. It's going to be really awesome. It's like a yes to something you've been wanting to blow. And Pisces moon and Pisces rising, we have the Four of Pentacles. And the Four of Pentacles is talking about assured material gain. In this road to Saturn and Capricorn, you're going to come up on a lot of money. And Pisces, the message here, I think this message applies to you the most. I'm not saying this in the sense that you're irrational, but this is saying you're going to get a lot of money and you need to save all of it. Or just save like 90% of it, because you can have that temptation to where you secure the bag, but then you spend all of it and then you step into Saturn and Capricorn broke. So this is saying, like, if it was 9 of Pentacles, it's like, yeah, you're going to get money, but you should spend some of it too. It's like you're going to come up on some serious money, and you're going to step into Saturn and Capricorn like lit, like, yeah, I have money in my savings and in property. You feel me? So save what you get. It's going to be great for you. And the card that I have for everyone else is the Page of Swords. But let me pull another one. The Eight of Wands. And the Three of Pentacles. So there's either been somebody that there's either been someone that's been spying on you, or someone that you've been watching. All right. The Page of Swords is someone that's been wanting to say something to somebody, but it's like it's not time. Like, they've been wanting to talk to somebody, but they're waiting for the right time to open up. The Eight of Wands is saying that now is the time that the Page of Swords is finally going to open up and reveal themselves to who they've been watching. And then the Three of Pentacles is talking about you working with that Page of Swords. So there's truth that's going to open up to you about this. And you're going to be alerted from this Page of Swords, relevant truth to you. And you're going to work with this page. Okay. So really keep that in mind, because that Eight of Wands is just like, oh, this because of this, because of this. Like, the Page of Swords is going to tell you something, and then you're going to tell unless you're that Page of Swords. And some of you don't think that the Page of Swords is a stalker either. For some of you, it is a stalker, but for some of you, it's somebody that, like, they couldn't talk to you earlier because it was not the right time. Like, you know what I'm saying? The Page of Swords is someone with information that you need to know. Okay. So let them speak up, because when they speak up, the Eight of Wands is a chain reaction of holy shit. Like, they're going to tell you something, and then you're going to tell them something, and it's going to be like, whoa. And then they're going to tell you something. It's going to be like, whoa. And everything's just going to come to clarity, and then you're going to work together because you finally understand what everything that has been going on is going on. All right, so but this comes out to it too. So let me give you the technique before I go on to the super chat. This technique is a mindfulness and breathing technique that, if you do right, which is super simple, all you have to do is bring this into you to Saturn and Capricorn. So it's so a part of your routine that you're constantly doing this. Okay? It's literally that simple. Should you choose to accept, all right, I just want to let you know though, if you do this, it's going to work. If you do this, it's going to work. So make sure you really want this, because the reason why this is going to work is because we have such potent Sagittarius energy. This type of stuff will work. So just make sure what you're about to do is what you really want. So all I want you to do is envision, look very close to you. What is the world you see? Envision the world you're ready to step into. What gives you joy? And what is the fun that you want to experience now? It's an application of your wishes and your desires, but what's your vision? All right. What's the stuff that you want in your life? All right. So take some time to envision that. Take as much time to imagine that, this whole road to Saturn and Cap. But what you're going to do is you're going to breathe that down from your crown chakra. And then when you exhale, you're exhaling that into your reality. And that's all you got to do. Believe in yourself as you breathe it in and you exhale it. And as you exhale it, just exhale gratitude. Inhale belief, exhale gratitude. And you're the one that's literally doing this. Breathe in what you visualize on your body and feel it. And feel the joy that comes with manifesting your desire and with really believing in yourself and believing in the world you live in, and then exhale it into your reality. And when you exhale gratitude, like, yes, this is what I'm walking into. Shadow hunters, yes, you can say what you want out loud. This is an application of that to where it amplifies with affirmations. So it is that simple. Because let me tell you, when you're doing that mindfully, you have no time to doubt yourself. You have no time to be like, but what if this? But what if this doesn't work? But what if this doesn't work? Oh, but that happened, because you're just so busy believing in yourself. So that's the only practical application that I can give you. I promise you this is going to work. If you want to believe you're a flying cheeseburger sandwich, you'll become a flying cheeseburger sandwich. That's why I'm like, be careful, in case you just, hop into a meat grinder and become a sandwich. Ew, that was kind of dark. Anyway, for some of you, it doesn't have to be elaborate either. It could be as simple as you breathe in love and you exhale love and gratitude. So you'll just now attract experiences of all contexts that are filled with love. All right. So I'm going to pull the super chat now. Thank you guys once again for tuning in like you always do. And please take this gift of a technique to you and manifest your magical world with it. I now invite some of you who believe in yourselves to the higher dimensions you're in. Use this breathing technique I gave you to call in your astral selves. For those of you wanting this supernatural evolution, really breathe it in and don't limit yourself by what you think is real. Even if you don't have to tell yourself a lie, but even if you just lose yourself in imagination and you feel like you're Sailor Moon and you want to breathe in that Sailor Moon, or you want to breathe in that, you know what I'm saying, John Von Claude energy, and you're just breathing that in, it'll manifest the way it manifests. You can play with spirit like this, all right? You don't have to get so caught up in a physical identity. Thank you, Miko. Miko Merrill is in the building. She's the one who gifted me these amazing necklaces. So hit her up. If you please comment your website, Miko, in the chat. Y'all should definitely hit her up. She's awesome. But yeah, she's a Gemini like me, Aqua Moon. So super awesome. You might see her on the site and the team sometime soon too. But regardless, for those of you that are wanting to really bridge in your intuitive understandings, do it like that too. You could even be cheeky with people and blow on them if you're an asshole and just be like, I blew my magical vibrations on you. But people might hate you for that. Anyway, the chick P83, the card that I have for you. Is the star. The star card is talking about what are your wildest dreams. This is talking about hope being restored to you. And it's definitely speaking of something grand beginning on a soul level and a spiritual level. So congratulations to Chick P83. This is going to be intensely positive for you, and you're going to be really happy. Yvonne Jones, we have the Five of Wands. So there's a lot of recreation and fun that's going to require you kind of get energetic, and it's going to really help through conflict rev your energy up. So I think you're going to enjoy this. Whatever happens, even though it's going to seem dramatic, it's not serious at all. So you can really have fun with it. Empress Daisy. Empress Daisy, the card that I have for you is the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups is talking about your heart evolving and you experiencing a new love situation. So anyone you personally even feel impelled to open your heart to, do so, and it'll be very positive. Miss Kiki, we have the Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles is saying, congratulations, you're going to come into a great material increase, and you want to really save with this material increase because it's going to be really positive for you. All right. Nancy, twin flame, be ready to start a friendship with me. We do have the Knight of Pentacles. So the Knight of Pentacles is inquiring that there may be an actual more stable influence in his life, in your life, where he's actually going to be reliable and you can count on this person. But if anything, I just think it's speaking of the only negative thing, he might be a little bit too busy because he's focused on whatever. But honestly, I think this is really promising because the energy that I got here is yeah, and it's a friendship that's really more grounded. It's not going to necessarily be romantic off the bat, but it's going to be someone that you can rely on, and actually that's exactly what you want. So that's really positive. Apollodite, card for finances. We have the Temperance card. So the more moderation and this is the Archangel Michael card. The more moderation and balance that you have, the better. You want to actually incorporate unconventional ways of making money. But finances is basically talking about it's going to stabilize. So you're going to find that you have more balance there. All right. Tara, the card that I have for you, thank you, is the King of Cups. The King of Cups, I'm feeling a very deep soul connection with. I instantly felt my heart get happy. So I feel, yeah, this is someone who, oh, shout out to Coach Kyer in the building. This is somebody who really has deep love for you. All right. It's a Scorpio card, but they don't have to be a water sign. And they're going to open up at a deeper level of this connection. And I feel like it's going to be really positive for you. JMK 1388, message for career. We have the 10 of Swords. So the 10 of Swords is saying, if I think there's a career, and this is a good card, you know, it's not really good or bad, but I'm sensing it's actually positive for you because there's literally like an end of, if there's a career that you feel you're not really liking, you need to quit. Like if you're in a job that you feel like, should I stay, should I not, it's over, just quit that right now. And this, as soon as you kind of end something, you're gonna have really positive career developments. All right. Jazz Ravenel. King John, I got some bars for you. I got some ill fire bars for you. Hold on. Jazz, I have the Fool. The Fool is talking about um a new adventure that you really have to embrace. There's a new world opening up for you, but the only thing your key to embracing that is an open mind. And you just have to be open to you want to be open to the magic of new beginnings, okay? All right, King John. People want to know about my lyrical ability. People don't know that I'm the king of the facility. People don't know that I go so hard and I got my gun and it go like the tingle pop, pop, pop. A pop, pop, purr, boom. Skip a keep, cop, cop. And a pop, pop, boom, boom, boom. Ski up. And a cop, pop, boom, boom, boom. A boom, boom. Bars. Bars. You made me do that, King John. You made me do that. Joa, the alien goddess, the card that I have for you is the Star. And the Star card is talking about, once again, you don't know. The Star card is talking about great positivity coming into your life and just a wave of amazingness and greatness that you're going to be so inspired by. So really keep the dream alive, Joa. Joa is saying that don't let people who don't believe in your dreams stop you. Keep the dream alive, okay? Now, I see someone donated $200, but the last time somebody donated $200, it was a mistake. So if this was a mistake, email me. Don't worry, we will remedy this. Becky Rose, if this was out the Kaiser of your heart, thank you. I really, 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 really appreciate that. It was an accident. I knew it. All right. Becky, don't worry. Shoot me an email and we will get this money back to you. Just let me know how much you wanted to originally intend. Okay. Joe, Chris, the card that I have for you is the Fool. Okay. Becky, could you say your sun sign? Because I think you're a fire sign. I think this might be a fire sign thing. Oops. The tingle, pop, pop, pop. Oh, okay, Cancer. It's usually fire that jumps the gun, but it's all good. Oops. So, Joe, we have the Fool, brand new adventure, brand new phase. The old is over. It's done for. Worrieth not. For real, worrieth not. And you'll find that you're in a very potent new position to take what you've learned in the old cycle and you're going to come with new desires. So just have an open mind with everything, okay? Perspective and wisdom. We have the World. The World card is talking about, this is so profound because whereas Joe just got the Fool, which is a new phase, perspective and wisdom, you're coming at the completion of this phase. So it's like you've really finally matured so much and you can enjoy the success that's going to come as you close the chapter on this story you've made for yourself. So it's a great success card as well. Ein F, what will Saturn and Capricorn bring me? Rafaela Flores or anybody who would like to donate. If you're not able to do the super chat, I have in the description box below a link to the website under the donate where you can donate through there. And we have the Star. So keep the dream alive because what Saturn and Capricorn is going to bring you are your dreams. All right, what you've been really dreaming to manifest. And it's important you keep the dream alive, because there might have been doubt, and just really believing yourself, because it's going to really happen. All right, the way you want it to. Lucia Rodriguez, the card we have for you is the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups is saying you must find a deeper part of yourself, and where you are is you're not going to come into it. So you must move. It's saying that you need to walk away from something you're emotionally attached to, and you're going to walk towards your satisfaction. Okay. Brittany Smith, we have the Six of Swords. So this is, in a similar way, just talking about you finally distancing yourself from drama and gaining mental clarity, and also a positive future. This is a promise that you're sailing towards a positive future, and the worst is really you're behind that. I mean, it's behind you. Okay. Love Goddess, we have the Four of Pentacles, which is talking and promising about assured material gain that will put a lot much more stability in your step and money in your pockets. George Infante, we have the Strength card. And the Strength card is talking about you really gaining extra power through situations to hold strength in the face of vibrations that seek to knock you off. But I think it's also talking about really connecting with somebody who embodies the divine feminine in a really sexually cool way. Your twin flame. Lilac Ocean 420. Chart roller retrograding. The Sun card is saying you need to just champion this happiness that's opening up around you. So if anything, the Sun is saying welcome the happiness that you're going to really enjoy. Okay. Quite profoundly. Sharon Andrea, what will Saturn and Capricorn hold for me? We have the Tower card. The Tower card is speaking about you being in a position to open up randomly a release of everything that doesn't serve you, to be honest. The Tower card is talking about things just completely like cutting off, so that anything that was in your way, you can now be in a position to, move forward from. So Sharon, I kind of see all your opposition really moving out the way, and lightning striking against it, and karma being judged. Suki Booker, thank you for the donation. The card that I have for you is the Five of Cups. So it's saying that there's certain hangups. Yup, I knew it. What I was gonna say, that when you turn around, there's gonna be new love, and then my hand unconsciously split the deck. So it's like you're hung up on something, Suki, and whatever you're hung up on is not gonna work. So it's like you have to let it go, because there's new love that is literally waiting for you to move on, and it's gonna be there. You don't even have to wait for it. It's like literally there. All right. Astro Dim 7, the card that I have for you is the Seven of Wands. And the Seven of Wands is talking about you standing up for who you are, and you also kind of gaining victory, because Saturn and Cap, you're gonna have a lot of people not minding their business, and you're just gonna kind of like put them in their place and tell them to mind their business. And not only that, it's I think it's gonna be you standing up for someone, and you're gonna gain victory just kind of by not backing down. All right, Kiyu, congrats with Saturn moving out of your 12th. We have the Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles is talking about you gaining a lot of money and clout. And just make sure you save it responsibly, because it's going to be really great. Astro Dim 7, I get the sense that you have been doing that forever. So this is when you really kind of like gain victory. It's like, oh, you weren't with me when I was standing up for myself alone. So it's like finally you're gonna gain the victory of that. Like, hell yeah, I knew I should have stood up for myself. All right. Moon Bay, a Moon Bay, Moon Bay. All right. The card that I have for you is the Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles is talking about you only need to be patient because you have everything set up. So Saturn and Capricorn is going to slowly like build this. And it's actually really good because like there's nothing you need to do. You just got to let it grow and adjust accordingly. Nicole Razy. All right. The card that I have for you is the Hermit. The Hermit card is saying that, and this is so amazing. You are a true hermit, Nicole, because you, even down to what you donated. The Hermit card is kind of speaking of you. Ooh, I had an alternate interpretation here. Nicole, this could be talking about your soulmate. It's talking about your soulmate who's like a hermit. Ooh, is this right? Okay. Nicole, embrace the inner wisdom and intuition you're having because to one it's saying you staying on your own and you kind of enjoying it, but what I kind of sense with you, Nicole, is your soulmate's a hermit, but he's so low key. It's like you're gonna find out, yeah, he seems like a hermit, but he's actually like a superstar, if that makes sense. It's like he doesn't let other people know that he's really popping. Like when he goes out in public, he's super low key. He's just like, yeah, no, I'm just gonna like go home and probably watch some Netflix. But what he's actually about to do is he's about to go red carpet with Drake, that kind of thing. So you're about to kind of like be brought into some kind of secret world. That's kind of dope. The Manta Ray, the card that I have for you is the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords is talking about the transitioning of energy and you stepping forward into a positive future. So seriously, really embrace. And look, I don't usually do this, but the deck is splitting. It's like you're moving away from chaotic times and you're sailing towards new love and a new beginning that's going to be fresh and amazing for you. So congratulations, the Manta Ray. The Wicked 2K8. Should I give up on the Sag girl? No, I'm just joking. No, this is saying the Three of Pentacles, teamwork makes the dream work. So the reason why it's not working is you're not working together. And until you both work together, it's just not going to work. All right. So don't necessarily give up, but just focus on the project. And that's what's going to give you a greater understanding. Okay. Stephanie Gwynn, the card that I have for you. I pulled the card and then I read your question. Stephanie Gwynn, any info on my love life? I have the 10 of Cups. You are going to have the greatest relationship ever with somebody who you share stunning compatibility with. And it's just going to be a super spiritual connection. It's 8:44 as I pull this, so you know it's a twin flame. Congratulations, Stephanie. Kiana Mitchell, the card that I have for you is the Seven of Pentacles. So Kiana, this is saying that everything that you want is set in place, but you just merely have to be patient and you don't have to wait. The thing I love about this card is you don't have to wait for anything mysterious to come. You just have to wait for the work you've done to grow itself and you'll be straight. Just kind of protect that and you'll be good. Gwendolyn. The card we have for you is Judgment. The trumpet will be blown. Ooh, we got the Judgment and the Tower. So there's going to be an awakening that's just going to flash and you're just gonna like be limitless, like you took the limitless pill, and it's just gonna give you so much realization about yourself and life. This is our lay. We have the 5 of Cups, and it's saying you need to let go. You need to let go. I know you're sad. I know it didn't work out, but you gotta be glad. Just turn around, 'cause it'll all be okay. Anyway, yeah. Everybody, I want you to show this is Arlay Love. Everybody, open your hearts and give her some love so we can move on. All right. Love you being you. The card that I have for you is the 8 of Cups. It's all good. It's all right. You just gotta walk away in the night. Don't worry, you'll be okay. Just walk away. Just walk away. Some people don't understand what you're trying to do. So you gotta hit them with the dance moves and moonwalk and be like, peace. And then you will find a greater sense of adventure. But it is really, speaking of primarily, it's time for you to walk away. And I don't even get for you, it's anything sad. I don't think you're walking away like, I think it's like, I've done my work here. It's time to go. In fact, I don't sense anything sad for you. So really know that the work you've done was beautiful, and it's just going to work the way it's meant to. And the card that I have for you, it's kind of weird too, because like the singing is just coming out. Like I'm not even trying to sing. It's just like happening. But we have the Knight of Cups. So this is kind of lit. The Knight of Cups is this romantic superstar who's just going to kind of like hop in your DMs, and it's going to be like, what's good and love? Can I talk with you? Ooh, ooh. You know how Pisces is just, you know how you can't get rid of a Pisces that's in love with you? They're just going to love you until you eventually love them. Like, hey girl, I know you're smiling. No, here's another love letter. Here's some magic. Yeah, it's going to be really annoying, but I think you're going to like it, Anna. I think you're going to like it. So yeah, have fun. Sand 9123. The card that we have for you is the Hierophant. The Hierophant is saying that as you do things by the book and as you embrace the knowledge that has set the foundation for you, really let this inspire you and others, because you're going to have people eventually coming to you for your knowledge. So seek established sources for the knowledge you seek, because this is what's going to help you gain more wisdom. But I sense you upgrading in this sense as well. Carrie Button. We have the 2 of Cups. Do. This is talking about profound love. You see, there is love in your heart that you're going to share mutually with someone else who loves you very deeply. It is a spiritual marriage with your soulmate that you will be further deepening and developing. Congratulations. Valerie Bradshaw. The card that I have for you is the 8 of Cups. And it's saying walk away. It's also saying that it's time to move on. And what's so ironic is, to you, you're walking away, Valerie, and it feels like you're giving up, but you're actually walking towards what you've been dreaming of. So you're Gucci and things are going to get amazing as soon as you really walk away. But I don't get the sense that you were staying either. I just get the sense that it's finally time. Okay. Melissa Schubert, what's going on with this guy on my mind? We have the 4 of Pentacles. I see attachment here, but it looks like come Capricorn season, the reason why he's on your mind more is after the Sagittarius shift, you may have an encounter with this person sooner than then, but this is where things will come into motion. It looks like things are coming together, and that's the sense I get with this card. So I don't get the sense that he's on your mind for no reason, too. You could be sensing something that's really going to shift your world. Brienne Mendez, we also have the Four of Pentacles. And for you, I get the sense that this is, a lot of money that's going to really powerfully bless your world that you make and come into. But I get the sense this is like a sugar daddy that kind of wants to buy you everything and kind of, uses money to floss his ego that you're going to have fun with. I don't know. Lizette, the card that we have for you is the Eight of Wands. And the Eight of Wands is talking about right now that Mercury is in Sag, everything's going to shift. Things are going to move fast, and it's a new love, a new relationship. If you're single, there's going to be someone who opens up their heart to you, and it's like feelings. You're going to catch feelings with somebody. It's going to be really awesome. So embrace it, because it's going to move really fast, and you don't have to feel like you have to slow it down. Let it move as fast as it moves. Love and Light Tarot. The card that I have for you is the King of Swords, who don't sing. No, the King of Swords is talking about someone's just going to drop knowledge on you. Like, let's say everything you are unclear about, you're going to talk to certain people who drop knowledge on you, specifically this King of Swords, and it's just going to give you all the clarity you've wanted, especially if you're going to someone for advice. They're going to be really clutch and pivotal for you. It's going to happen really soon. Chad Taylor, how am I going to come into my godhood? Okay. Interestingly enough, this is the card of going on a spirit quest. So you have to symbolically go on that spirit quest where you walk away from your distractions, and also you be in a position where you also kind of walk away from attachment. It's like the Avatar, where you have to detach from everything. And Avatar, he had to walk away from even the love of his life, and had that moment where it's like, damn. So that's how you really come into your godhood. King John, hit that Drake head bop for me. Hold on, I don't know if I can do it. I think it's just like, I know how to do this though. Hold on. The card we have is the Four of Pentacles, and it's something special because, it's going to be a lot of money, and it's going to be a lot of assured material gain, and you're going to have a lot of game, and it's going to take away your pain, and it's going to be so insane, and yeah. No, that's another dance. I don't think that's the head bob at all, but yeah, King John, it's going to be amazing. All right. KB Sheng, the card that I have for you is the Five of Cups. KB, I really get the sense that, you're going to have to deal, you're just going to come off so much glory and good news. And then you're just going to look at this person who's just coming out of such, it's like, I think this, if you're single, KB, I think this is your soulmate. Like, you're gaining so much clarity. And then this person is just coming out of so much pain. So just give this person your love. I think that they were meant to find you, KB, because you're really going to give this person your love and just really be in an understanding place for them. Janich 15, the card that I have for you is the Four of Pentacles too. The Four of Pentacles. Don't worry, King John. My cat Moon hates everybody. The Four of Pentacles is talking about assured material gain. You're going to be in a position where a lot of money comes in for you to save, and it's going to be very, very legit. Okay. Becky Rose, thank you for the accidental donation. The card that we have for you is the Ace of Pentacles. So there is $1 million idea that you're going to birth and come into. And the Four of Wands is talking about you're going to see this into fruition. When the idea comes, celebrate the idea. If you already have the idea, before you find the people put it in motion, have a party about it. You don't have to tell anyone, but just celebrate it personally or with other people that you can trust about the idea, and it's going to be amazing. Okay. And congratulations. Oh. Sunshine me. Should I let this Sag guy go? But the cards say, oh, yes, yes, yes. Actually, I get the sense that whoever this Sag guy is, he might kind of hate you. It's saying if you don't let him go, this could just, you might end up just hating each other a lot more. Okay, so yes, Sunshine B. Trust me, the moment you let this Sag guy go, you're gonna have like so many other guys that are like better for you. Okay, so don't even worry. Aaron Orion, card on love, please. My lover is a Cap. We have the Eight of Wands. The Eight of the Eight of Wands is talking about you being in a position to experience a very quick manifestation of this energy where things move super fast. Not only are things going to move super fast, you really just want to embrace more or less the potency of how magical things will shift. So these are the arrows of love. So you and your lover are going to get really passionate and fall in love all over again. And you just want to embrace that and have fun. Lisa, the card that I have for you is the King of Swords. The King of Swords is talking about you being in a position to enjoy a lot of the perception that you can kind of move around. This King of Swords is going to help you with career advice, but it's talking about you being able to know, you have a mastery of being able to manipulate and control how people perceive you. So you want to use that to your favor because you're really good with the image control. Sarah Jane, give me one from my Venus return. I got the Two of Cups. So this Venus return is going to return with the soulmate relationship of a lifetime. And it's just going to blam. It's going to blam, 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 blam. It's just going to happen. I can't believe I just did that. It's just going to happen. And you're just going to be all loved up. And this person is going to love you back too. And it's just going to be Gucci and gravy with some mashed potatoes, but not too much because, you know, I could be lazy. I just wanted to rhyme, though, and that was not the right way to rhyme, but yes. Parita Patel, how overwhelmed will this next week be? And the card I have for you is a star, so not overwhelmed at all, but it's gonna be awesome, like a pop star, and you're gonna have a lot of fun, and you're gonna feel like the one, and stars are gonna shine, because everything will be all right, and I'm gonna do a crazy dance right now. Yes. Oh my God, something is seriously wrong with me. Because, like, I'm not trying to do all of this. This is kind of just happening. But this star card is talking about a lot of profound and amazing joy. You're not going to be overwhelmed at all. You're just going to be inspired all week. Mikis Akis. The card that I have for you. Oh, no wonder. Never mind. I have the Seven of Pentacles. This is talking about Micus Akis. Everything is set into place. You just need to let it grow. You just need to let it show. Water and nurture what you need to water and nurture. And yeah, my friend. Sammy Hill, I apologize. I hope I really didn't skip you, but the card that I have for you, Sammy, is the Fool. And the Fool is talking about you being in a powerful position to really reap a lot on this new adventure and new phase. It's going to be a whole new world you're walking into, and you're going to be so happy. Okay, it's going to be awesome. Nirmal Garo, thank you so much. The card that I have for you is the Ace of Pentacles, and there's a new idea and a new phase that may come to you, or you'll come up with that you want to move forward with a new business idea or a new business investment that's going to be really profitable for you over the next 3 years that you just want to really embrace. Okay. Bama Bella, 32. We have the star for you, which is really super awesome because it's talking about a superstar that is going to grace your presence and recognize the superstar within you too. And I really just see this as an analogy for your dreams coming true. And yeah, Bama Bella, this is saying don't give up on your dreams. You might have people who are making it seem like it's impossible, but you're gonna really step into it. So congratulations. All right, Lynn, the card that I have for you, Lynn, is the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords is talking about someone's true colors coming to light and you kind of revealing how much enmity they have. So a miscommunication is going to reveal someone's true colors, and you kind of just want to let it happen. All right. Sammy S., the card that I have for you is the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords is talking about you being in a position to finally sail through to a positive future. Okay. Um, Sammy S., it's saying the worst is over and things are going to be a lot more positive for you moving forward. And there are going to be more victories you'll gain. Will my Leo man try to come back to me or should I move on? Cassandra, we have the Hangman. So the Hangman is saying just kind of surrender. I definitely wouldn't wait for him to come back. The move on card is an Eight of Cups. So the Hangman is just saying, just let that whole thing go. Just kind of surrender to the energy. And as you focus on other things, the clarity of what to do will come to you. All right. Sadik G, thanks for the donation, my G. And we have the Four of Pentacles, which is talking about assured material gain that will bless you, as well as open up a profound stability for you to fund other projects with the money that you save. So for those of you who were not able to donate, I still have a card for you. And the card I have for you is the Hangman. The Hangman is talking about surrendering, okay? Don't necessarily try to force a situation. Surrender to your experience and do that breathing technique that I just gave to you and allow everything to happen for you as you transform your personality and make peace with uncertainty. Stay blessed, my friends. Peace.